Okay, so March 27th. It was a Thursday. We went to chemistry class like every Thursday. And most of the kids weren't there. Like half the kids weren't there. Some of them were doing a rehearsal for a play, I think. And one of them was in Mexico visiting family. We ended up just getting a short lecture from Mr. Kizier, just talked a little bit, and then we ended up watching videos for about most of the time. And one of them was really funny, and I put it in here.
Cycle. So, but chemical bonds, they contain energy. When we break bonds, we sometimes have to add energy, but when bonds are formed, they may release energy. So you can get energy just from a chemical reaction, as we've seen last week. Where did that heat come from? Well, that heat was stored in the chemical bonds of the species that were reacting in that calorimeter.
We learned about internal energy and the two ways that it can be transferred, by heat or by work. And heat and work are useful concepts, but they have limitations, particularly that it is extremely difficult to figure out how much of which one is being done. Work is energy transferred to the motion of objects, while heat is energy transferred to the motion of atoms and molecules. But for any given change in energy, the split between work and heat could be pretty much anything, as long as there's some going to each. Say my car is at the top of a hill and there's a frozen banana stand at the bottom. If I roll down with my brakes on, lots of heat will be transferred into my brake pads and my brake discs, and I will kind of like very slightly knock into the frozen banana stand, doing a tiny amount of work on it. But if I am reckless and insane, very little heat will be generated, and my car will do a huge amount of work on the frozen banana stand. Both paths transfer the same amount of energy, but one produces very little heat and the other produces a ton. And so we say that heat and work are pathway dependent. The amount of heat or work done depends on the pathway you take. Let's get there real fast. So first, we're not really interested in the total enthalpy of the system, which is good because it's impossible to measure. We're really just interested in how much it's going to change as a state function. So we know what it is, we know that state functions are great, but really why? Why have we done this? And can I just go look at pictures of cats now? Well, no, because you don't even know why enthalpy is so cool. When a reaction takes place and enthalpy changes, that heat is transferring into or out of actual chemical bonds.
Then, Friday morning, we had a little fun with my contacts.
Okay, so for like the first time, I got my contacts in on the first shot. I mean, usually it takes me like 4 or 5 for each eye, and I just got them in. I don't know if you can see them, but they're in. A lot easier than before too. Just like, I found if I pull like that with this eye, like with this hand, and then you just drop them right in with my right hand, and then just instead of pushing up, I pull down and pinch, and pow, they're in. It's like awesome. A lot easier than before.
Okay, so I didn't get to get that much footage this week because, and the clock. I didn't get that much footage this week because I only wanted to start my vlog. I thought about it Wednesday, so I didn't get any footage. It was like 10 o'clock at night when I thought it up. And then I had been watching my friend's vlog that she had just started, Abby O. Clark. Put a link right here. And it inspired me to start one. So Thursday I started filming at chemistry class, which you've already seen. Then Friday, just some weird video that I took about my contacts. And then I was going to have a lot more footage today, Saturday, but I didn't get to go to Winter Jam because my brother, who's right there, who might end up coughing in this video, is sick as a dog, and my dad has double pneumonia. No fake coughing. But then my mom had to do some shopping and stuff, so I can't go. And on the bright side of it, my dad said that I can go visit Abby this summer. He will drive me halfway there to meet her up at a concert of our choice. So I'm a little excited about that. That might be fun. And we'll see how it goes.